If you're a podcast host, listen up, this one's for you. My name is Allie Jackson. I'm the host of Finding Mr. Height, a dating and relationship podcast that I've been doing for 4 years now, sharing my positive and practical approach to dating that's built on my own life experience. And I wanted to share another experience that I've had, my secret behind monetizing my show. It's called Red Circle, and I was just telling my colleague about how much I love their platform. With Red Circle, not only am I getting a seamless hosting experience, but I also love the support I receive in ad sales. It's not just typical ad sales either. It's targeted opportunities based on my show and my life. And the platform is super simple. You just set your preferences and Red Circle matches you with sponsors that align with your show. You can vet every opportunity and their platform gives you great analytics. More recently too, my Red Circle team has brought me opportunities outside of my podcast on social media to really augment the podcast partnerships, bring them full circle. I just can't recommend them enough. If you want to give it a try, go to redcircle.com to get your free trial. That's redcircle.com for a free trial.
A real man, Brad, a real man is born to serve. Period. And we can't lose that. Masculinity to protect and to serve and to help. But if we spend all of our time isolated in our gym and isolated in our booth at our laptop trying to make money and isolated in our study, reading The Art of War and Marcus Aurelius and reading all this stuff, and we're by ourselves all the time improving ourselves, then our improvements we can get to the best we can get. We want it with a net zero.
Don't ever let somebody tell you you can't do something. Not even me. All right?
All right.
You got a dream, you got to protect it. People can't do something themselves. They want to tell you you can't do it. You want something, go get it. Period.
I had a brilliant upbringing. I've got great parents, great grandparents. And then I think about the lessons that my dad taught me. There's two things that really stand out. Once I rode my bike over my neighbour's lawn and he grabbed me around the scruff of the neck and he said, "You respect other people's property. You never do that again. You go and apologise." That for me was the male role model. Was be tough, be strong, be respectful. There's another one, and I remember when I'd done something wrong and I was so upset, and he just sat there and he went, "What are you going to do about it?" And that feeling of, Ben, you have to be strong, you have to take control of the situation. Things have to be much more tangible. What are you going to do about it? I don't want someone just to sit there and stroke my ego and tell me that everything's going to be okay, and I'm okay the way I am. Because I think that over a prolonged period of time can definitely lead to entitlement, and I don't think it's the right thing in the long term.
Pain is passed down from father to son and son to son. A lot of pain in Troy's life is a result of the pain and the damage from his father that he then visits on his son. We have to, as black men, be mindful of that. Sometimes it's unfair, and sometimes we take it out on those we love. And I'm guilty of that frustration that we all have. But we have a responsibility and a duty to be fathers, not to just make babies, but to be real fathers. And you can't expect any good to come to you if you don't visit any good on your son or your daughter. So, be a man.
When I first said this, a lot of people are like, "Whoa, don't say that, bro. A lot of girls are gonna get mad." But I confidently told the world, I run my household. God put me in charge, I run my household. But then on the other hand, he asked me to serve. So you see all those men out there pounding their chest, "I'm a man, I'm gonna lead. Punch that dude in the face and steal his girlfriend." That's not a man, that's a coward. That's a man who didn't have a man raise him. A real man would respect a woman in all shapes and forms.
Being a man is a lot about freedom, independence, and self-sufficiency.
You're a man. You are a man. Stand up and be a man. Make the hard decisions. Make the sacrifices. Make the unpopular decisions. And become comfortable in your own skin. And if you are not a person that you are comfortable being alone with, that is the one person in this universe that you have full power, full right, and full responsibility to change.
So the best advice to give a man is be a busy man. Be a man who's at the gym, who wakes up early, goes for a run, goes to the gym, then works on a side hustle, I know it's really difficult. I'm saying this, but it takes a lot of energy to be a busy man. I personally couldn't do it. I couldn't be a man if you paid me, because it's so much effort. It's so much effort. You go to work, have a circle of friends, have to really kind of fill your hours up, and then by default you end up being the guy that doesn't have time to text all the time, doesn't have time to give all millions of compliments, and by becoming a man, you become a man that actually by a byproduct is you have game.
You changed. You stopped being you. You let people stick a finger in your face and tell you you're no good. And when things got hard, you started looking for something to blame, like a big shadow. Let me tell you something you already know. The world ain't all sunshine and rainbows. It's a very mean and nasty place, and I don't care how tough you are, it will beat you to your knees and keep you there permanently if you let it. You, me, or nobody is gonna hit as hard as life. But it ain't about how hard you hit. It's about how hard you can get hit and keep moving forward. How much you can take and keep moving forward. That's how winning is done.
When do you become a man? When you get a driver's license? Like, what do we do? You're 16, we give you a driver's license. Okay, well, like, you get a job? Like, when do you become a man? You become a man when you become responsible for other people. And part of that is taking accountability. And so, like, I am very new to this being a man thing, and I'm still not there, and I'm on a path. I grew up in a culture that told me going to war made you a man. Going to prison, coming back makes you a man. Making $1 million makes you a man, you know, and it doesn't. And you don't know it till you've done all these things and realize, damn, I'm still a little boy.
A man is supposed to take care of his family. You live in my house, fill your belly with my food, put your behind on my bed because you're my son. Because I like you, because it's my duty to take care of you. I owe a responsibility to you.
And I actually had this chat last week, funny enough, seriously, with my son. So my son plays at Feyenoord. He played against Ajax under 14. He was on the bench. He didn't play. So in the car on the way back, he was like a bit moody, disappointed, complaining a little bit about others, about the coach, etc. And then I said, but Shaquille, I said, you sound like a loser, you know, if you talk like this in a way, you sound like you lost. I said, you are blaming him, you're blaming her, you're blaming this, you're blaming everything. I said, but I don't hear one single thing about yourself. I said, winners, I said, they take control and they blame themselves and they look where they can improve. Yeah. And this is what you should be thinking about. So I didn't tell him what he should think about. You should ask yourself the question, are you a loser or are you a winner? I said, for me, it doesn't matter. I said, because I'm your dad. I said, the only job I have and your mom has is when you're 20, that you're a good boy, that you're ready for life. You know, you can make your mistakes, you can do what you want. I love you for the same amount. It doesn't matter for me if you make it as a football player or not. I said, but you say that this is your passion. So you should take control of your life and stop complaining, because it sounds like a loser. I said, and I don't mind. If you want to be a loser, be a loser. I still love you as much. I said, it doesn't matter for me. I said, but if you want to be a winner, take control of your life and stop complaining about others. And then I watched him train the next morning. My wife said, where are you going? I said, I'm going to watch this session. So I'm there sitting, cold, hoodie on. I'm looking and I see this tiger training, running, working. And I was like, okay. He realized he has to take control of his life. He's 13 now.
My son, I just need to tell you a few things. I want you always to listen to your mum, because she's your best friend and family is so important. And if you say you'll do something, do it. Because your word should be your bond. If you have a chance to make money, go for it. Don't be an idiot like your dad. Don't smoke. Don't take drugs. Try to be kind and honest. If someone tries to hurt you, be a man and stand up for yourself. And try not to get caught up in the bad things. There's so many good things out there. I will always be here for you, no matter what. right here. I love you.
I'm always gonna love you no matter what. No matter what happens. You're my son, you're my blood. You're the best thing in my life. But until you start believing in yourself, you ain't gonna have a life.
The best day of your life is when you realize nobody's come to save you. And when you can realize that, and you can kind of cynically smile because you know you want the ball in your court, then you're well on your way to being successful. When you take full responsibility of everything, good or bad, even if you don't do the actual task, if you take responsibility fully, you're free.
Being emotionally mature will save you from a lot of those situations. Being emotionally mature will help you when times are tough. That's very important. What really separates a boy from a man is that boys don't really know how to control their emotions, so they cry. They cry a lot. They throw tantrums. That's what I mean when I say cry, because if you a grown man and you crying, that's okay. Especially if you alone, you at home, you going through a tough time. That's okay, bro. We gotta find a way to, okay, we cry, all right, then we gotta keep going. But with boys, they stop and they throw tantrums. Because you didn't get your way. Well, understand that life is not fair and you may never get your way, but you still gotta keep on going. And understanding that you're responsible for your life is highly important.
A real person, a real alpha, a real go-getter, they ain't saying shit about nobody. Right. That's why you will never, ever hear me dropping somebody's name, running my mouth about somebody. I don't know what you went through. I don't know what you're going through. I didn't wear the shoes you wore when you were a kid. I didn't grow up in your up house. I didn't have your up family. I don't know shit about you. So guess what I do? Shut the up. Because real men don't say shit. Because first of all, we're too busy trying to grind and be better.
Correct.
Second of all, unless we know what we know, we shut our mouths. But nowadays, there's not many real men who live by that creed of like, if you're on social media running your mouth and shit, you're just a
correct.
You're honestly, that's not me trying to be some after school special shit. You really are. Real men ain't doing it. Real men don't care about that gossipy bullshit. Get to work, man.
No one is coming to save you if you are a man. In fact, it is the opposite. People will look to you for help and problem solving. And if you can't offer anyone any help, you will be seen as a worthless man. This is the brutal reality of the world. You cannot depend on your beauty to get you out of tough situations, and you can't expect other people to help you. Self-reliance means trusting your abilities to get through life's challenges. It is your ability to provide for yourself and defend yourself without the help of others. Every man needs to master this trait.
True manliness is tender and loving. False manliness, cold and hard, cynical and contemptuous. The bravest and most heroic souls are usually the most loving.
I'm married for 15 years. I have 4 children. I have a nice house. I protect my family. I provide for my family. These are actually things that pretty much everybody can do. You don't have to have an amazingly nice house. You don't have to have like a great car. You too, every man can find a woman. Every man can make a home with a woman. Every man can have children with the woman. Every man can protect those children, defend those children, protect their innocence. Every man can do this, and every man must do this.
Make a plan. Look at what you're interested in. Get disciplined about something. Allow for the possibility that you have something important to contribute to the world, and that the world would be a lesser place without that contribution. Don't be afraid of taking on responsibility. It's where you find what sustains you in your life. You can take on too much responsibility. You have to be cautious in that regard, but that's a less common problem than not taking on enough. A lot of the things that people regard as traps are actually the means to their life. Often young people are afraid of commitment, for example, in the context of a romantic relationship, and because they feel that that's going to interfere with their pursuit of something more valuable. But that's just not the case. You're not going to find something more valuable in your life than a committed relationship with someone that you love that sustains itself across time and that in all likelihood produces children. That's life.
You eat every day.
Yes, sir.
Got a roof over your head.
Yes, sir.
Got clothes on your back.
Yes, sir.
Why you think that is?
Because of you.
Hell, I know it's because of me. But why do you think that is?
Because you like me?
Like you. I go out of here every morning. I bust my butt putting up with them crackers every day because I like you. You're about the biggest fool I ever saw. It's my job. It's my responsibility.
We know as men, we don't even get compliments. Y'all know. But as men, the only expectations we need to have is of ourselves. Did we put the work in today? Did we do good today? Did we achieve our goals and dreams today? Those are the expectations that you need to have. Stop expecting people to love you. Stop expecting people to shower you with praises. Stop expecting people to compliment you. You may never get that.
The emotionally immature man seeks out motivation to do something hard one time. The emotionally mature man uses discipline to do something hard 1,000 times.
When you really sit back at your life and you're in that dark room and you're looking at where you started from and you tell yourself, dog, man, my mom is this way, my stepdad got murdered, my dad beat the shit out of me, I can't read and write to save my soul, I've lied about it to everybody, I've cheated on all these tests. My God, man. And then you put a goal in your mind. How are you going to feel, man, when you accomplish this goal coming from that shit? Coming from the hell you came from. A lot of people start from a good starting point. They have a good foundation. What if you can surpass all of these motherfuckers? What if everybody who was way up here started up here and you started with no legs. You had to grow legs to even start walking and then crawling and then running. And then you start passing people and all that's given to them.
It's very helpful for people to hear that they should make themselves competent and dangerous and take their proper place in the world.
Competent and dangerous?
Mm-hmm.
Why dangerous?
Because it's the alternative to being weak. And weak is not good. The people who shoot up the high schools, they're weak. They're weak.
How is it good to be dangerous?
Because it makes you formidable. And life is a very difficult process. And you're not prepared for it unless you have the capacity to be dangerous. That doesn't mean that you should be cruel. It doesn't mean any of that. There's a statement in the New Testament, the meek shall inherit the earth. But the meek isn't well translated. It means something more like those who have swords and know how to use them but keep them sheathed will inherit the world. That's a way better way of thinking about it. You have to be powerful and formidable and then peaceful in that order. And that's not the same as being naive and weak and harmless, which is what young men are being encouraged to be. It's like, that's a very bad idea. It's a very bad idea. Because naive, weak, and harmless means that you can't withstand the tragedies of life. You can't bear any responsibility. You'll end up bitter. And when you get bitter, then you get dangerous.
But one thing I'm not getting, there's a big difference between letting people do something for themselves and saying men should be dangerous. By dangerous, that implies I should be ready to threaten someone, to hurt somebody.
No, you should be capable of it. But that doesn't mean you should use it. There's nothing to you otherwise. Like if you're not a formidable force, there's no morality in your self-control. If you're incapable of violence, not being violent isn't a virtue. People who teach martial arts know this full well, right? If you learn a martial art, you learn to be dangerous, but simultaneously you learn to control it. Both of those come together. And the combination of that capacity for danger and the capacity for control is what brings about the virtue. Otherwise you confuse weakness with moral virtue. I'm harmless, therefore I'm good. It's like, no. That isn't how it works. That isn't how it works at all. If you're harmless, you're just weak. And if you're weak, you're not going to be good. You can't be, because it takes strength to be good. It's very difficult to be good.
Be a dangerous man. Now, being dangerous is not being a threat. They're two different things. And it's not about going out and lifting weights and getting a bunch of tattoos and wearing leather jackets and walking around with your chest and shoulders up, hulking around saying, I'm dangerous. That very rarely is that a dangerous man. Often the most dangerous man in the room is the quietest man in the world.
A false notion of manliness leads boys astray. True manliness is humane. It says, we who are strong are to bear the infirmities of the weak. Its work is to protect those who cannot defend themselves.
Man should be courageous. And to become courageous, I think you need to practice. doing small, courageous acts. So when the time comes, whenever you have that big challenge in front of you, but you'll be like, I've got a history of being a courageous man. It's all those small steps, all those small things. Some people think that, courage is, the absence of fear. No, that's being psychotic. People have this idea that on the battlefield, you're going to go save your buddy. Shells will be raining down and you'll run through them. Very rarely does anyone ever face anything like that, even in the military. Again, it's those day-to-day, those small things. Are you taking steps in the right direction? Are you following your dreams? Are you having the courage to say no when you know you need to? Do you have the courage to go after your dreams, to become that man you know yourself to be? Unfortunately, I don't think enough men have this type of courage. Do you?
People will disagree with you. People will disapprove of you. Some people will despise you. And the taller you stand, the more some people will threaten, attack, and seek to destroy you. This is part of the risk of standing up and having a spine. And this, of course, is why we rightly respect people who stand up for what is right, despite the personal risk of doing so.
I want you guys to be able to be independent as a man, because once you're independent, you're able to have dependence. A dependent means that somebody is dependent on you and your success and your money. Maybe you guys want to retire your mom one day. You want to help her out with the bills so she don't got to work as hard. Well, that means that you have to turn her into a dependent. And that only happens when you become independent as a man. That means you're putting in the work. That means you're grinding, you're working hard, you're being disciplined to the point where your mom is able to not work another day in her life because she raised you. That's what I want to happen for me. That's what pushes me to go forward.
Superior, man. It's within you. It's within every single one of us. And the people that have risen to that level were no different than any one of us. It's just they believed it and they were willing to work their ass off to get it. It wasn't about the potential. It wasn't about the genetics. It was about the perseverance. And it wasn't about being the hardest worker in the room. That's what got them there. And it didn't happen overnight. They got knocked down more than they ever stood up. But they kept going and kept going and kept going and kept going, because what else is the alternative? To be average again. That sucks, man. And it really sucks when you've tasted success at one point in your life.
You're a man-child if you chase comfort versus fulfillment. Babies want to be comfortable. They want to be comforted. They want kisses. They want love. You have to understand, as a man, you might not get that, bro. It might be a lonely season for you.
A pair of balls. Having a pair means that you're willing to suffer the risk associated with being somebody, a specific individual with values and beliefs. It means putting your money where your mouth is. It means not giving a shit whether you agree with me or disagree with me. Not giving a shit whether you approve or disapprove of me. Not giving a shit if you love or hate me. It means, if necessary, putting your money, your relationships, your career, your status, your reputation, and even your life on the line in the service of what you believe to be true. If you have a spine with no balls, you spend your life hiding. Hiding from your friends, hiding from your women, and ultimately, hiding from yourself.
When it comes down to taking responsibility, to taking ownership, it's really easy when things are going good. But how to do it when things aren't so good, when things are bad, especially with things that are going on in your life, because it's so easy to blame others. When you play the victim, when you put the blame on others, there's nothing you can do about that, at least in your mind. But when you take that ownership, even if you shouldn't, I feel like you can still take that power to make the difference. That's what I love about people that are out there changing the world, kicking ass, is you see these guys, they like, oh yeah, it's my fault. And you look at it, it's like, well, actually it wasn't fully your fault. You could blame this, but no, they take it because they understand that this gives them the strength, it gives them the power to go out there and make a difference.
Become a monster. Jordan Peterson once said, you should be a monster, an absolute monster. And then you should learn how to control it. He is right. Everyone will tell you that you should be harmless, virtuous, and you shouldn't do anyone any harm. They are wrong. If you choose to be harmless, sooner or later, you will come face to face with some dangers, and you will be unable to protect yourself, let alone anyone you care about. Being the protector is your job as a man. You are gifted with the potential to become incredibly dangerous, and you should make good use of it. If you live a competitive and tough life, your body will produce more testosterone. If you put yourself under enough physical stress, your body will become stronger. Do not waste this gift. I don't care if you're the most successful businessman or a peaceful monk. If you don't sharpen yourself physically, you lack masculinity. The stronger you are physically, the stronger you are going to be mentally. You must go out of your comfort zone, as that is where the most growth is to be made. That which you need most will be found where you least want to look. This is why the hero needs to defeat the vicious dragon in order to gain the fortune. There are great answers buried in suffering. That is why you always need to put challenges in front of yourself. By overcoming these challenges, you will grow as a man.
Another sign that you are a man child is you still do childish things all day, every day, 24/7. Hey. And I love playing basketball on my PS5. And what I had to realize, bro, is I had to put that shit down for a little bit, bro. I put games away really for about 3 years. I used to play on my Xbox One every day after school. I used to play all day, every day, all day, every day. And then I asked myself, can I sacrifice something that I love so I could start to work and chase my goals and dreams instead? And that's what I did. My freshman year of college, my sophomore year of college, and my junior year in college, I gave all my Xbox One games and all that to my little brother. I don't play games no more.
What is it to be a man these days? Because it's quite confusing. In terms, even the conversation around like chivalry.
I was going to give young men advice. It would be live in real life, right? So why young men are obsessed by video games, right? Obsessed. They're spending hours and hours and hours online playing video games. Why? Well, that's a proxy for career. Right, video games. You think about the levels of video games and what people do on video games. That's a proxy. That's like it's a substitute for the career that they're not having. And then they spend a lot of time, fapping to Hub or you or whatever. And that's a proxy for sex. Our power won't be taken away from us by some authoritarian master. We're going to give it away for cheap dopamine. And the cheap dopamine of video games and online and living online is getting in the way of real life.
Bold as lions in the defense of the right, such men in their homes, in their private life, have a womanly gentleness. False manliness is unfeeling, with no kindly sympathies, rude and rough and overbearing. True manliness is temperate. It is moderate. It exercises self-control. It is capable of self-denial and renunciation. False manliness is self-willed and self-indulgent.
Strong masculine men speak the truth. Make sure you either speak the truth fearlessly or remain silent.
We respect those who are willing to hold the line and stand up for what they believe in, regardless of the consequences. Paradoxically, we like those who don't seem to care whether we like them or not. If you know who you are, what you believe to be true, and if you're willing to stand up and risk it all in the service of those beliefs, in the service of your mission, then congratulations, my friend, you are a man.
What do I want to achieve with the time I've got left? I'm fortunate. I think that was one of the biggest things I did in this last year is I put together a dream board. I know, kind of woo for people, but man, coming into my office and seeing the house I want to build, seeing the places I want to go, seeing the family that I want to continue to be able to provide for. I want to be able to help reach higher levels. Those kids, I just love them. Seeing those faces there, straight up, gents, a man with purpose, a man with direction, is a man who is on his way.
I walked in the recruiter's office and he looked at me and he said, "You're fat and you're black." I said, "I want to be a Navy SEAL." I didn't know there only been 35 African-American Navy SEALs at that time in over 70 years. He said I basically had to lose 106 pounds in less than 3 months because of my age. I was getting too old. I came back 3 months later, 106 pounds lighter.
Be the guy who embraces the ugly, the miserable. Be the guy who embraces hard work, the grind. Don't be afraid of being hurt. Don't be afraid of sacrificing some blood.
More men realizing that it's not just about the car, the watch, the possessions, working until my eyes bleed. At the project, obviously the finance is what most people think about, right? Well, if I just make good money, I'll be a good provider as a man. Most men think that they're relegated to just being a provider. Well, I provide a roof over their head, they're safe, they have food, they have school supplies, but there's more to being a man, you know. There is more to being a man. What about a level of faith, as in confidence in yourself, faith in a higher power, that there's a path for you, right? Faith in your friends and your circle of influence, that these guys who set up this amazing studio can set it up in a way that we can have this moment, right? So then you've got your faith, you've got your finances, great. What about fitness? And on the fitness side, I believe that physical fitness is the gateway drug to emotional and mental fitness. Most people who do get fit physically completely neglect mental and emotional hygiene. And they are living stressed, overwhelmed, addicted to vices, or financially broke because they completely forgot about the other F pillars. And so that fitness is really about, can you be physically fit? Because think about what level of focus, consistency, delayed gratification, discipline that is required for a man to get lean, jacked, and stay lean and jacked for a prolonged period of time. That's a lot of shit you got to do.
Sacrifice temporary fun for permanent dreams, or sacrifice your permanent dreams for temporary fun. And the reality is a lot of you guys are willing to sacrifice your permanent dreams for some temporary fun. Yeah. And that temporary fun is never going to get you anywhere. Because I'll tell you this, going to the club, partying, drinking, popping bottles, are those people going to be there 10 years from now when you're brokey wondering what the you did in the years that you were supposed to be productive? Let me tell you something, they won't be there. You won't even remember them. You might have them in your phone log somewhere, but you won't even know who the fuck they are at that point. Your party buddies and shit like that, they won't be around 10 years from now. Yeah. So you got to ask yourself, since they're not going to be around, you're going to have yourself. Do you want to be able to look at that person in the mirror and be like, damn, I wasted all that time?
The idea is a very simple one. And, the Mamba mentality simply means trying to be the best version of yourself. That's what the mentality means. It means every day you're trying to become better.
I had to use all this negative shit that was making me weak and horrible as a person. I had to use this as the power that now fueled me. I had to flip it on its head and say, hold up. This might be exactly what I need. The darkness is exactly what I need. It's how you look at your situation. And I was looking at it all up.
And you're lucky if you're sad. Because if you're sad, it's circumstantial. And you can do something about it.
Clean up your room. Organize your local landscape. Schedule your time. Start taking control of yourself. See if you can stop saying things you know to be lies. Stop saying and doing things that make you feel weak.
That poor, beleaguered cashier at Walmart with the tired eyes and the swollen ankles, just look her in the eye and ask her, how are you doing today? Just somebody actually cares. We talk about holding the door. Well, somebody stops on the side of the road. Your neighbor down the road is in a difficult place and they can't get their yard mowed. The old lady across the street, the old gentleman across the street, it snows. Just take your shovel and go over and shovel their sidewalk. Just somebody at work, you watch and you look, and people at work, they're going through a hard time. Just, hey, are you all right? Anything I can do to help? Just in your life, be an agent for good. It's kind of like people say, I support the troops. I support the troops. What do you do for the troops? Do you send them care packages? No. Do you walk up to them when you see them in a restaurant, in the airport in uniform, and do you stick your hand out and say, thank you for your service? No, I don't do anything, but I support the troops. No, that just means you're not against the troops. And going through life, become a good man.
This is yours. You're the captain. You're the master.
You're the foreman, you're the general, you're the head. Don't give control of this to nobody, especially the devil. Do not let Satan come in here and function and operate, because he has one mission: to keep you off course, to make you not think it's possible, to make you think that God don't hear you. His job is only to destroy you, to make sure that you don't become what God intended for you to become.
A friendly reminder that in 3 generations, everyone who knew us will be dead, including the people whose opinions stopped you from doing what you wanted all along. Imagine that someone you know achieves every dream and hits every goal they have. Years later, they get old and die. 2 years after that, how much do you care? About as much as everyone else will if you accomplish your goals and dreams. Do it for you.
I don't back down from anyone. And that's what got me in trouble. I don't play games. I don't kiss anyone's ass. And I'm a real man. And that's regardless of being a fighter, I'm a man. And that's why I want to be a man. And if I die, I want to die a man. I don't want to die a big little poodle in the street.
I wish the water was cold. I wish the instructors keep on running. I wish the rain. When the end is unknown and the distance is unknown, that's when you know who the you are. I believe in self-discipline, self-pride, self-motivation. No one has that self anymore. That self is gone. So that driving force that tells you, I have to do this shit, I took great pride in the fact that I was nobody. And what you just described put goosebumps on me, because that's exactly what I took pride in. Was I'm gonna make sure you're good and you're good. My mom would tell you right now, she's right there sitting.
She is.
She knows I don't buy myself shit. I take great pride in that. I don't want shit. Because how I'm wired to, hey mom, I'm gonna get you this, and this. My girl, everybody's got everything. I don't even own a car, and I'm a multi-millionaire. And I say that with pride.
Yeah.
Because what I was here to do as a man, and men may not even want to hear this. It sounds so barbaric. That's the pride in which you have as a man, is that you see your mom, you see your girl, you see your kids, you see all this shit. You see them doing well. That's all a real man wants. They don't give a how they dress, how they look, what they're driving. They don't give a shit. Because why? Your trophies are your family, and they're all walking around. Every man that sees you, they see you walking in with some sweatpants and shit, but they know your family's falling.
That's right.
Because you put the time in, you put the effort in, you put the work in. And as a man, we don't want none of that shit. We just want respect.
Amen.
And that's what men don't give a now. But the only thing I want is for my family to look at me and say, that's the man, right there. And men don't have that. They don't know what that feels like. So until you know what that feels like, you're never going to seek that feeling of when things are bad, my family looks to me.
As they should.
As they should.
That's your job.
That is my job. And I earned that. It's not given because you wake up and you're a man.
And it feels real good.
It feels amazing. When anything goes wrong in my family, if there's a flat tire, they don't call AAA. They call David Goggins. My mom's got a problem? David. My mom's sick? David. She don't call the doctors. David. Anybody, they call David. And that's earned. And that's a good feeling. And I would challenge men to try that. Try that. Try that for a couple of days. Try working those 20-hour shifts and coming home and having your girl have a meal at home. I guarantee your girl looks at you very different. Every day you come home and you're dirty as or you're just tired and she knows you're only getting 4 hours of sleep, and then when you go to work, she's sleeping because it's 4 o'clock in the morning, and you look at her, she knows what kind of man she's got. Your mom knows, your dad knows what kind of son they have. They don't know that feeling. It's the best feeling in the world. Money can't buy it, nothing can buy it. So it's just something that we almost can't teach our kids anymore because the world is influencing people from all over. Once they leave your house, you got this weak family, and that weak family, and that weak family saying, why is your dad like that? Why are you doing that? So it's hard to keep it, man. And how can you not want that? How can you not want that? That's old school savagery, bro.
100%.
Old school savagery.
We're saying to young people, you can't take risks in real life. We're helicopter parenting. We're not giving them the freedom. How much freedom should you give a kid? As much as they can cope with, right? 14-year-olds used to be babysitters. They now need babysitters. That's not good, right? So you should allow them more freedom in the real world, because otherwise, the only place they get freedom is online. And no freedom in the real world. You're not allowed to go to the park and hang out, but you're allowed to do whatever you want online.
These sort of cornerstones of, I think, classic masculinity are super, super important. Equally important is being kind, is being empathetic, is to stand up for somebody who has less rights than you, somebody who's being picked on, somebody who's being put into the corner, somebody who's just sad.
To become that man that you need to be and that the world around you needs you to be, okay? You need to work on being a good man. Now, before you throw your hands up, there are a lot of people out there that don't know what it means to be a good man. Especially, now I'm going to kick over a hornet's nest here, especially in the deeply religious world. They don't know what it means to be a good person. Listen to me. The absence of evil is not an automatic indication of the presence of good. I'm going to say that again. The absence of evil is not an automatic indication of the presence of good. You've got negative, you have positive, and you have neutral. Neutral is there's no negative, but there's no positive either, which means it's a big zero. And we say, down here on the negative, Dwayne, I don't do drugs, and I don't abuse women, and I don't steal from people, and I don't do this, and I don't do that. And so they do away with all the negatives, but they don't do anything positive. Congratulations. That person's a big zero. All right? Being good is proactive. It's doing something. It's just caring about people.
To find your way in life is not an external search. It's an internal search. Because God equipped you the moment He gave birth. God equipped you at birth with what you needed. He gave all of you a gift. All of you. Every last one of you, you're gifted. God never created a soul without giving them a gift. All of you sitting in here were given a gift at birth. He put it inside you. You ain't got to look under the ocean. It ain't on a mountain. It ain't under no rocks. He put it in you at birth. He gave you a gift. It is the thing that you do the absolute best with the least amount of effort. That's your God-given gift. That's the thing you should pursue. The scripture says your gift will make room for you and put you in the presence of important men. That's what your gift will do for you.
We can't see the third world, and we can't see the people in the past having a tougher time than us, so we take it for granted. But we've worked out that stuff. They hadn't worked that stuff out 200 years ago. But they had the top of the pyramid sorted. Everyone knew who they were, they had their identity, and they knew what their purpose was. Everyone knew who they were, what they were about, and they were connected to the others in the group. And now we're kind of free-floating individuals. We kind of worship the individual as if we can survive as individuals. I always think of that thing of like, there's no such thing as a baby. There's a baby and a mother, there's a baby and a father, baby and an auntie, but there's no such thing as a baby, because a baby on its own isn't anything. It's dead. It needs taken care of. We're all still babies. We all need the connections. Yourself, yeah, sure, there's a lot of yourself that's within you, but a lot of it is out in the world. It's connected to other people, and it kind of mediates who you think you are. And that's slightly missing from society, where you kind of live online and you're kind of a self-authored thing. You're just on the computer, on the screen, and you're not connected and you're not taking risks. Taking risks is really important.
If you just try to be pampered, and if you're trying to be soft, and if you're trying to be the victim, and also you're not going to go anywhere. We need to get stronger.
Feelings has nothing to do with it. This is my dream. This is what I'm going to do. And I'm going to do the things that I don't feel like doing. I'm going to do the things I don't want to do. I'm going to do the things that don't come easy to me, that do not come natural to me. I'm going to get up and do it. You can't live your life on feelings. You cannot let your feelings dictate what you are or are not going to do today.
As a man, we're expected to be a provider, be a protector in a relationship, but it's time that we start expecting more of this.
To be good is to do good to people. And sometimes doing good to people is protecting those people. It's protecting those people, protecting those around.
And with complete disregard for his own safety, Lance Corporal Carpenter moved towards the grenade in an attempt to shield his fellow Marine from a detonated blast. When the grenade detonated, his body absorbed the brunt of the blast, severely wounding him, but saving the life of his fellow Marine.
They found Kyle lying face down directly over the blast area. His helmet was riddled with holes, his gear was melted, part of his Kevlar vest was blown away. One of the doctors who treated him later said Kyle was literally wounded from the top of his head to his foot.
It's okay to be a man.
It's not okay. It's necessary. What the hell are we going to do without men? You look around the city here, you see all these buildings go up. These men, they're doing impossible things. They're under the streets, working on the sewers. They're up on the power lines in the storms and the rain. They're keeping this impossible infrastructure functioning. This thing that works in a miraculous manner. They work themselves to death. And often literally.
If you don't own something, you're not the boss. You have to take full responsibility for everything that you do. Why be subservient? You must be the master of your own kingdom.
There's a massive infrastructure of unbelievably hardworking, solidly laboring, working-class men breaking themselves in half on a regular basis, making sure that everything that always breaks works.
Now move, slow and easy, all right? But you say one disrespectful thing to my wife in my presence, or I get a phone call from one of my daughters crying. I am not only willing, but I am able to inflict great bodily damage, and I will do so.
Purpose is always there. The purpose never leaves us, because the very purpose is you. You are always the purpose. There may be another purpose, like being a SEAL or going to college or whatever, but the main purpose in life is you. So if you wake up in the morning and you don't want to do something, you don't care enough about yourself.
There's a moment when every boy realizes no one's coming to save him. And that's when he becomes a man. And some boys never get there and stay children forever.
You know, it doesn't get easy, my friends. Running 12+ miles a day, doing 800+ push-ups a day, lifting weights every single day, working 2 jobs, working out of my comfort zone at the club. But it's worth it. Because if you think it's about fitness, you're wrong. If you think it's about the money, you're wrong. Because it all goes back to one point. One important point, my friend. I'm in it for the mentality. The mentality to keep going, no matter what happens.
You need to love pain. And I know, no pain, no this, whatever, all the cards. Oh my, no, this is real. You need to love pain. However, mentally, physically, love it. You need to love it. If not, stay where you are.
Get it, 17. They don't know me, son. Get it, 18. They don't know me, son. Get it, 19. Big son. Yeah. 20, you got some more in there. Yeah. 21. Yeah, get it again. Come on, we want to see it.
The only way you're going to get strength in your life is if you go through that hard moment, that tough moment. I wouldn't have a story if it wasn't for the sucky times in my life. I wouldn't have a story if it wasn't for me going through my depressed moments. So realize this, just because it's a chapter, it doesn't mean it's your whole story. So for me, I just understand that it's very important to embrace pain, to go through it, because I believe the foundation of all strength is pain.
What do you want to give up? What do you want to sacrifice? what are you willing to forgo? Because a lot of people, like this guy came in one time, I was a trainer. And he goes, man, I can stop doing anything but my frappuccinos. I go, leave. Because I'm looking for that person like me. People, it's hard for people to understand how I lost 106 pounds in less than 3 months. I sat down at the table and I said to myself, what are you willing to give up? Everything. And when people come to me with that kind of mindset, I can work with you. When you are willing to strip yourself down to nothing and give everything, that's who I want to work with. Because now I can mold you into exactly who you want to be. When you put these restrictions up, and that's why my first question is, how bad do you want this? If it's as bad as you want to live or breathe or sleep, whatever the hell it may be, I can work with you. But a lot of people, most people don't want it that badly, which is why they always ask the question, man, how did you get to where you are? You know how to do it. You know exactly how to be you or how to be me. You don't want to do it.
Get up at 4 in the morning one day, just one day, and go for a run. Commit to one day and see how you feel as you're jogging it back in around 5 or something, as your neighbors are still asleep. Or as you're jogging it back in at 6 o'clock and your neighbor's just getting up, grabbing the coffee, looking outside, wondering, what the day's gonna hold for them. Well, your day's already provided something for you. You see how that works? Mentally, you'll feel like, wow, man, that was alive.
You don't start things and not finish it. You don't quit. There's nothing that comes out of quitting besides knowing that you didn't finish. We finish everything. You start it, finish it. If you're gonna do it to try and be the best. Not be better than other people, be the best for you.
Popping bottles, running around chasing women like a f***ing moron, and I have nothing to show for it. Or you could go ahead and sacrifice that fun right now and then be able to build yourself into a situation where you could go ahead and go to the club and it's not going to set you back. It's not going to, because you built a solid foundation. You built an empire up where now you have the privilege that you've earned, by the way, to go out and do these things.
90% of your life will suck. 10% will be happy. You may be a lucky guy and have a lot of money, have a great ass woman, all this shit. Trust me, one-on-one with that guy, he's missing something. His life still sucks because he hasn't faced something that bothered him his whole life. Something is still eating that motherfucker up.
I can see my kid, they have 12 years old. The mentality, they are not the same. They are not suffer that.
What's the difference?
The anger. I think the anger. I think that they have the things more easily. Everything it's easily. They don't suffer. And I think they don't care.
I didn't have a motherfucker come wake me up at 3 o'clock in the morning and say, hey, you gotta get your shit in. I had no trainer. I didn't have a nutritionist. It was the self-discipline that I had to survive, to not survive, I was weak, to thrive. No one said, hey man, you're 297 pounds, man. I'm gonna help you out. I'm gonna help, hey man, you're not smart. I'm gonna help you out. I had to work at all this shit. I had to overcome, and it self-disciplines everything. And if you don't have it, I don't look at you right, because I know you're capable of more.
We don't kill nobody, we don't push nobody, we don't make nobody. Like, if you don't want, okay, leave. Like, even yesterday, I was talking with them. It was Saturday, and everybody complained about they tired. What you want? All week you was work hard. End of the week, if you don't tired, this is good question. You have to worry about yourself. But this is Saturday. Your 6th day, you work so hard. Of course you're gonna tired. Tomorrow rest, and Monday we're gonna begin one more training. If you don't want, go back to Dagestan and stay with your mom. She's gonna give you every day good breakfast. You don't do nothing. Stay there. But if you come here, don't complain. You wanna become best. You wanna become champion. And now you wanna say like you tired. Who cares? You tired or not? Nobody care about you. Even you, if you're gonna watch fight, you just watch fight. They walk out inside the cage, they fight, and they leave. You don't know what happened behind the scenes. This is not your business. Nobody care about this. He was tired, he have personal problem, family. Nobody cares. You don't know, like, you just see how he fight and he go. Yeah. And for this one, you have to train so hard. If you don't want, halas, go back to Dagestan. Nobody gonna ask about yourself. If without you or with you, there is always gonna be champions. With your name, this is your choice. You wanna put your name there? Okay, work hard. No, bye bye.
I'm doing something I don't want to do. Every time I start doing things I don't want to do, I grow.
Yes. That's a lesson that people need to hear and learn. It's so important because everybody just wants to be comfortable. Everybody wants to sit on the couch. I don't want to go outside. It's cold. I don't want to do this. It's hot. Like, you've got to do things that you don't want to do because you show your body that your mind is the boss. Your mind is telling your body what to do, and then you have control.
I got an email 2 weeks ago from a family member that an 11-year-old boy killed himself from people at school bullying him. One thing about life is that people in life, they are the ultimate puppet masters. They exploit your weakness and they love to walk you around life and own space in your head. One of the biggest ways to cut those strings and walk on your own 2 feet to your own destination in life is to build self-respect, self-esteem, self-discipline, all those things. Stay hard is not just about going to the gym. Stay hard is about going that extra step and you feel like you can't. That's what builds self-esteem and self-respect. Stay hard.
You're going to have to scratch and claw to get to where you want to be in life, and it is what it is. There's nothing wrong with working your way up, bro. There's nothing wrong with that. And you know what? Here's the other thing, too. You guys want to know a secret? It's better that you get it that way. You look at a lot of these delusional-ass YouTubers that are young, they're idiots.
Streamers?
They're idiots. Why are they idiots? Because they've never had to endure and actually get out the mud. The important thing about suffering as a man is it teaches you character. So when I say shit like, yo, integrity, respect those that respect you. Don't betray your friends. Don't backstab them. Don't sit there and talk shit about them on the internet after that you worked with them. That's weird. Be a guy that values relationships over clout. A lot of these young guys don't understand a lot of this shit. It's like I speak of Chinese, so they don't even know what the is going on. I'm telling y'all, you learn this shit when you climb up the ranks and you get out the mud, because you're not going to get out the mud unless you understand that integrity and being truthful, being an honorable, dutiful man is going to get you far in life. But you learn this shit through trials and tribulations of working a real job. Yeah. I want y'all to be real men, not being on the internet, cloud chasing all over the place, not understanding how the world really works, and then you get in 25, 26 years old, you don't know shit because you never actually had to endure, you never had to suffer. Real men are made from suffering, okay? When I was an athlete in college and I was waking up every morning at 5 o'clock, I didn't feel like it, felt like shit, dizziness, because I had to run 7 miles, rowing all the time, going to the gym, etc., training 3, 4, 5 times a day for hours on end. I was like, God damn, this sucks. But I thank God that I went through it. Why? So now, when I see some loser, I know I'd smack the shit out of them because I've been through more in life. It gives you the confidence, it gives you the backbone, be able to stand there on your 2 feet, 10 toes down and say what the fuck you want to say because you've been through more than other motherfuckers. A lot of you guys have now suffered enough and you wonder why no one respects you, because you're sitting in this chest like, well, yeah, just network with millionaires. I don't know if we're going to make it. Oh, now everyone's going to become a millionaire. You're what the fuck is wrong with you? If you suffered enough, no one will stop you from getting it. Okay? You're going to have the mindset that I have. I will not lose. These two Canada try to destroy us. Guess what happens? We became even stronger from that shit. I'm like, say it. You hit me, I live through the battle, and I get stronger after the fact. Now, we're number one podcast in the world. Those two clowns tried to destroy us, and they failed. That's what I want you to do. I want your opponents to fear you. Have the fear of God. If I ever run into this mother, I'm gonna beat the shit out of me. That's what I want, because you have the fierce tenacity that no one can stop you. You understand? Stop being in this chat. Tell me some dumb shit about, I don't know where I stand. I don't know if I can do it. Yes, you can. Stop being a man. That's what I want y'all to be. Where everyone is scared of you. They cannot stop you because they know if I get in this mother's way, he's going to run me over and he's going to destroy me in the process. No one can stop you. That's what I want you guys to have.
If you're a victim of any kind, make sure you use that shit to become successful. Don't look for revenge. Look for the reckoning. And I guarantee you, all those people who growing up, you might just be their boss. They'll come looking for a favor. And when they do, you got an option to say okay, or do what I do and say go yourself. Ha! Beware of one thing, motherfuckers. Spitting in the wind. That shit comes back in your face. Stay hard.
A young man should learn to rule his body like his temper. He should keep it always under complete control. That sometimes is not easy to do. Within your body, you have the power of creation. This is a very sacred power. The Lord has commanded that you use it only with one to whom you are legally and lawfully wedded. And He has decreed serious penalties indeed for the misuse of it. This power begins early in life, with some when you are hardly in your teens. This has a purpose, for with this power come the attributes of manhood. You notice the changes in your stature, in your voice, a beard and other masculine characteristics become part of your nature. You must always guard this power with manly wisdom. You must wait until your marriage to use it. During that waiting, what do you do with these desires? My boy, you are to control them. You are forbidden to use them now in order that you may use them with worthiness and virtue and with the fullness of joy at the proper time in your life. When this power begins to form, it might be likened to having a little factory in your body, one designed to produce that substance that can generate life. This little factory moves quietly into operation as a normal and expected pattern of growth and begins to produce that life-giving substance. It will do so perhaps as long as you live. It works very slowly. That is the way it should be. For the most part, unless you tamper with it, you will hardly be aware that it is working at all. As you move closer to manhood, this little factory will sometimes produce an oversupply of this substance. The Lord has provided a way for that to be released. It will happen without any help, nor without any resistance from you. Perhaps one night you will have a dream, and in the course of it, the release valve that controls that little factory will open and release all that is excess. There is, however, something you should not do. Sometimes a young man does not understand. Perhaps he is encouraged by unwise or unworthy companions to tamper with that factory. He might fondle himself and open that release valve. This you should not do. For if you do, that little factory will speed up, and you will be tempted to tamper with it again and again. You can quickly be subjected to a habit, one that is not worthy, one that will leave you feeling depressed and guilty. Resist that temptation. Do not be guilty of tampering or playing with this sacred power of creation. Keep it in reserve for the time that it can be righteously employed. Perhaps your father did not talk to you. You may already have been guilty of tampering with these powers. You may even have developed a habit. It is not pleasing to the Lord, nor is it pleasing to you. It does not make you feel worthy or clean. Now, there are ways to conquer such a habit. First of all, you must leave that little factory alone long enough for it to slow down. Resisting is not easy. It will take weeks, even months. But you can get the little factory slowed back to where it should be. I have another suggestion. The power to prevent such habits or to break them rests in the mind, not in the body. Don't let the physical part of you take charge. You stay in control. Condition your body to do the will of your mind. To do this, you must keep always worthy and clean thoughts. Divert your thoughts from things that lead you to mischief. Vigorous physical exercise benefits young men in many ways. You are most vulnerable when you are idle and discouraged. That is the time to keep on guard. I know a way to keep your thoughts worthy. It has helped me, and I explained it on one occasion in a general conference talk. It has to do with selecting a favorite hymn and making that as the channel for your thoughts to follow at time of temptation. Another thing that will help you to prevent and to overcome such a habit, at times of special temptation, skip a meal or two. Do not tamper with these powers, neither with yourself alone, nor with any of your own kind. Never let anyone handle or touch those very personal parts of your body, which are an essential link in the ongoing of creation. But be careful. Keep your relationships with young women pure and chaste. Reserve those life-giving powers for marriage. Generally, a young man is physically developed for marriage long before he is emotionally or spiritually or materially qualified for it. In due time, when all things are in balance, you will be ready. After you have kept yourself in physical control, after you are sufficiently mature emotionally and spiritually, after you have some material resources, that is the time for marriage. But for now, you prepare and follow the instruction in the scripture, "Be ye clean, who bear the vessels of the Lord." God bless you, our young brethren. Bless you that you may resist, that you might cleanse and purify yourselves. In doing so, I testify that you will please the Lord, and you will please his prophet, of whom I bear witness, in the name of Jesus Christ. Amen.
My grandfather walked 10 miles to work every day. My father walked 5. I'm driving a Cadillac. My son is in a Mercedes. Said my grandson will be in a Ferrari. But he said my great-grandson will be walking again. So I asked him, I said, well, why is that? And he said to me, tough times create strong men. Strong men create easy times. Easy times create weak men. Weak men create tough times. He said to me, many will not understand, but you have to raise warriors.
Kill the boy, Jon Snow. Winter is almost upon us. Kill the boy, and let the man be born.
If you're a podcast host, listen up, this one's for you. My name is Allie Jackson. I'm the host of Finding Mr. Height, a dating and relationship podcast that I've been doing for 4 years now, sharing my positive and practical approach to dating that's built on my own life experience. And I wanted to share another experience that I've had, my secret behind monetizing my show. It's called Red Circle, and I was just telling my colleague about how much I love their platform. With Red Circle, not only am I getting a seamless hosting experience, but I also love the support I receive in ad sales. It's not just typical ad sales either. It's targeted opportunities based on my show and my life. And the platform is super simple. You just set your preferences and Red Circle matches you with sponsors that align with your show. You can vet every opportunity and their platform gives you great analytics. More recently too, my Red Circle team has brought me opportunities outside of my podcast on social media to really augment the podcast partnerships, bring them full circle. I just can't recommend them enough. If you want to give it a try, go to redcircle.com to get your free trial. That's redcircle.com for a free trial.